over and we will be right back to our school soon and enjoy our live classes, right? Shall we begin our today's class? Are you ready? If you are ready, let's get started. Oh, cockroach! Cockroach! Please help me! Please help me! Sorry, I have fear of cockroaches. Darling, leave the hands. You can enjoy song of the rain.
No, Mama, you know well I have fear of thunder and lightning. Please share the doors and windows. Please, Mama, please.
See, my dear children, I have an extreme fear of cockroaches and my daughter has the extreme fear of thunder and lightning. So, if we have an extreme fear or aversion to something, it's called a phobia. Means that if we have an extreme fear or dislike to something, that is called phobia. I have the fear of cockroaches. Fear of cockroaches is known as Quetzalcoaphobia. Quetzalcoaphobia means fear of cockroaches. And my daughter has a fear of thunder and lightning, which is called Astrophobia. Astrophobia means fear of thunder and lightning. Okay, let's know some of our friends' phobias. Okay, Shifa, do you have any phobia?
Well, I have fear of dogs, and I always try to stay away from dogs.
Shifa has fear of dogs. It is called Cynophobia, means fear of dogs. Okay, who is next? Amiza, and you?
A fear, ma'am. Yes, I'm really scared of fire and I don't really go near fire.
Do you know the name of her phobia? It is pyrophobia, means fear of fire. What is it? Pyrophobia means fear of fire. What about you, Hamdan?
Yes, ma'am. I have the fear of failure. I cannot face failures. Great fear of failure.
Okay, Hamdan. Most of the people have this phobia. Am I right? What is it called? It is Atkiphobia. Means fear of failure. Fear of failure is called Atkiphobia. Well, here is our Noor Chauhan. Let's ask him. Okay, dear, do you have any fear?
Yes, ma'am. I have a fear of opinion. I really don't like to give my opinion to anyone if they ask because I'm really afraid of it.
Okay, Noor has the fear of opinions. What is it called? It is Allodoxaphobia. Means fear of opinions. Noor, I think most of the time your opinions have had rejected. That's why you have this fear. Am I right? Okay, this is known as allodoxaphobia. So children, it is important that phobias are very common. We all have different phobias. Having phobia doesn't mean you are crazy. Phobias always keep us away from things which we would like to do. Children, every time phobias never creates problems, but sometimes, for example, if you have snake phobia, it may cause no problem in your daily activities. On the other hand, if you have severe phobia of crowded place, it may create problem because we cannot avoid such situations always. See children, if your phobia doesn't impact your life that much, it is probably nothing to be concerned about. But if you avoid object, activities or situations that triggers your phobia and affect your normal functioning, it is the time to seek help. Children, help in the sense self-help. Self-help strategies be effective at treating phobias. It is very easy to overcome our fear. Face your fear. The very effective way to overcome a phobia is by gradually and repeatedly expose yourself to what you fear in a controlled and safe way. During this exposure process, you will learn to ride out the anxiety and fear until it inevitably passes. Through the repeated experiences facing your fear, you will realize that the worst is not going to happen. You are not going to die or lose it. With the continuous practice or experiences, you feel more confident and in control. The phobia begins to lose its power. Okay? So, my dear children, have you ever taken any steps to overcome your fear? Okay, see, I have done it. I told you self-help strategy. I practiced it myself, that self-help strategy. Now, I don't have the fear of cockroaches. I am succeeded in it, okay? So, my dear children, you may be thinking that why this teacher is talking about different phobias and how to overcome it. Am I right? Okay, see why I spoke in detail? Because it includes in your course our third lesson in Flamingo, Deep Water. We're going to discuss about the fear faced by the author William Douglas. So, through this lesson, we're going to discuss what's his fear about. How did he overcome his fear? Whether he succeeded in it. Through his life experiences, he wanna discuss how are the phobias treated. Are you ready to listen to his phobia? If you are ready, let's begin. About the author. William Douglas was born in Maine, Minnesota. After completing his graduation with the Bachelor of Arts in English and Economics, he spent 2 years teaching high school in Yakima. However, he got tired of this job and decided to pursue a legal career. He met Franklin D. Roosevelt at Yale and became a legal advisor and friend to the president. This excerpt is taken from Of Men and Mountains. He reveals about, as a young boy, how he was nearly drowned in the swimming pool. In this essay, he talks about his fear of water and how he overcame it. Deep Water, written by William Douglas. It had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. I had decided to learn to swim. There was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity. The Yakima River was treacherous. Mother continually warned against it and kept fresh in my mind the details of each drowning in the river. But the YMCA pool was safe. It was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end. And while it was 9 feet deep at the other, the drop was gradual. I got a pair of water wings and went to the pool. I hated to walk naked into it and show my skinny legs, but I subdued my pride and did it. So children, we gonna discuss about William Douglas' phobia, okay? About the author, I already told you, fear of water. So many phobias we learned. Here our author has fear of water. It is called hydrophobia. What is it? It's called hydrophobia. So we're gonna discuss about our author's hydrophobia and how did he overcome it, whether he succeeded or not. We are going to discuss. Okay, anyhow, it happened when he was 10 or 11 years old. He decided to learn swimming. He went to his mother and asked permission to go to Yakima River. But mother did not give permission. We people all know that parents usually they don't give permission to go to water bodies. So, mother did not give permission to Yakima river. She says, Yakima river is treacherous, means that deceptive. Only outside view it's very calm and quiet. But when you get into it, it's really very difficult. Okay, means that inside many problems are there, very deep also. You cannot go inside, means you cannot practice there. Like that, mother continually warned him. But our author William Douglas, he was determined to learn swimming. So mother told him that if you are that much determined, you do one thing. A swimming pool, YMCA swimming pool is there nearby the house. You can go to that swimming pool and learn swimming. She gave permission to the boy. So, William Douglas was very happy and he just got a pair of water wings. What's the meaning of water wings? You people know that when we just normally go to the water bodies, small kids we used to give them wings to wear to their arms, okay? So that is known as water wings. William Douglas, he just managed to get 2 water wings and took it, even swimming suit also he arranged and went to YMCA pool. So the pool, swimming pool means you know that, okay, from outside we can see the end of the bottom or end of the water tile bottom and all we could see from outside, means not that much deep. So he was able to get a pair of water wings, swimming suit and went to YMCA pool. When he reached there, he just wore all these. But actually, you know that swimming suit means how it would be. He did not want to show his skinny legs in front of others. So, in the beginning, he was not ready to come out with that dress and all. But anyhow, he just controlled, subdued everything and came near to the pool in that swimming dress. From the beginning, however, I had an aversion to the water when I was in it. This started when I was 3 or 4 years old and father took me to the beach in California. He and I stood together in the surf. I hung on to him and the waves knocked me down and swept over me. I was buried in water. My breath was gone. I was frightened. Father laughed, but there was terror in my heart at the overpowering force of the waves. My introduction to the YMCA swimming pool revived unpleasant memories and stirred childish fears. But in a little while I gathered confidence. I paddled with my new water wings, watching the other boys and trying to learn by aping them. I did this 2 or 3 times on different days and was just beginning to feel at ease in the water when the misadventure happened. From the beginning itself, our writer William Douglas had the aversion means dislike to the water. It started when he was 3 or 4 years. That time, his father took him to the beach in California. Father and son, see, there's a flashback he is just explaining, okay? When he was 3 or 4 years, father took him to the beach in California. Both the father and the son, they were just playing on the surf. Suddenly, a big wave came and it knocked him down. So Douglas was a small boy, I told you, 3 or 4 years only. So the wave knocked him down. He just tried to hug his father, then also he was buried in the sand. So father was just laughing at this. Why? Because father normally knows that whoever just go and play on the beach, sometimes it happens. So father just laughed at him, but he was a small boy. When he was buried in the water, that fear, it came to his mind, okay? But that time, it just started, but he did not realize it, okay? Anyhow, in the beginning itself, that fear of water was there in his mind. Now, when he just passed the years, now he became 10 or 11 years old, now only he decided to learn swimming. So, he just came to this YMCA pool and wore the swimming suit and all, came near to the pool. And he just sat there and looked around to watch other boys, how they swim and all. He just wanted to learn. So he just touched the water to make it easy, okay? He just simply touched. He did not get himself into the water. Instead, he just simply touched the water and played, okay? Just simply only with hands. Because he wanted to get ease at water, that's why. And he was just looking around and how other boys were doing. He observed everything because he wanted to aid them or imitate them. That's why he observed, keenly observed everyone. And still, he did not realize that much that aversion or that fear was there in his mind, okay? So, he thought that after getting all this, means that when he just observed everyone, after that he also would be it would be very easy for him to get into the water, okay? He was thinking in that way and simply touched the water and sat near the pool. Suddenly, a misadventure happened, okay? What was that misadventure? We'll discuss in our next class. Okay? So my dear children, this is for today's class. I'll be joining you soon with the misadventure which happened to William Douglas in the next class. Thank you for being with me.